City boy! City boy!
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy, Nate the Great, back with another video, and you know we gotta go ahead and do a Monday Night Raw on Netflix review, baby. Alright, so, initial thoughts on the show, 99% garbage, 1% decent. Let's go ahead, jump on into it, segment by segment, how we usually do it, and I'll give you my thoughts as we go along, and a bit afterwards as well. Okay, so, we start off the show with Logan Paul opening up, okay? He said he was planning a touch and go. He didn't want to stop in Ohio, because they were out in Cincinnati tonight, alright? Shouts out to Cincinnati, you feel me? But yeah, they were out in Cincinnati tonight, okay? Basically says that Cincinnati doesn't recognize talent, okay? Because, you know, he's getting massively booed, right? Logan Paul is just massively booed. Like, this is the kind of heat that any heel would absolutely just love to have, okay? If your job is being a heel, okay, this is the kind of reaction that you want, alright? So, you know, he's out there. Yeah, he says he's going to do a touch and go, but then he was like, nah, but because I'm so humble, I decided I was going to go ahead and come and grace you folks with my presence, you feel me? He says that they don't recognize talent out there in Ohio. Look at what they did to Joe Burrow, you feel me? And then after that, CM Punk ends up interrupting, you feel me? And CM Punk says that he has no problem with Logan Paul. Because Logan Paul's like, bro, what's your problem with me? Alright? You come out here, I really feel like you're jealous of me or something. CM Punk's like, nah, I'm not jealous of you. You know what I'm saying? You're basically going to be a footnote. Nobody's going to remember you in this industry, this, that, and the other. It's just so crazy that CM Punk is saying this because literally all he is known for is wrestling, and Logan Paul is like an international superstar. Like I get that, you know, a lot of people don't like him, but you cannot deny the fact that he's successful at literally damn near everything he's ever done. So, I mean, it is what it is. But Logan Paul, he lied, okay, called himself a full timer, and last time I fucking checked, that since the beginning of the year started, Logan Paul has wrestled one match, alright? One match, or I guess technically two, because he was in the Royal Rumble, and he had one match on Raw. If that's what's considered being a full-timer these days, alright, then, hey man, this is Triple H's era for you, dog. But, CM Punk called himself Satan. I'm a believer in Christ, alright? So, you know, I kind of checked out a little bit after that. I ain't even gonna lie to you. But Satan did get a pop, which is absolutely wild and gobsmacking to me, alright? But Logan Paul ends off the segment by slapping the shit out of CM Punk. CM Punk says basically that he'll see him in the Elimination Chamber, and we move the fuck on, alright? Next up, we get Ludwig Kaiser versus Penta versus Pete Dunne, alright? Before the match starts, Ludwig cuts a promo basically saying that last week he went ahead and took back everything that was supposed to, you know, be on him, which is basically the attention from Penta. Took back the attention, and the attention will continue to be on him, right? During the match, I mean, literally in my notes, I was like, what are we doing here, man? Like, what are we doing here? Like, is this actually a match that we have to watch right now? Ludwig Kaiser versus Pete Dunne versus fucking Penta? Like, I could not be more dejected from this match right here. The finish was very botchy. I guess Penta was trying to go for a Penta driver, and he was having trouble lifting up Pete Dunne somehow. Don't make no fucking sense, right? But Ludwig Kaiser very slowly tosses him out of the ring, alright? He breaks up the Penta driver, very slowly tosses Penta out of the ring, and that just takes Penta out of the game completely, alright? Then Ludwig Kaiser hits his little finisher on Pete Dunne, drops him on the dome piece, and he wins by pinfall. Now, I'm actually not upset that Ludwig Kaiser got a dub here, alright? I think Ludwig Kaiser is one of those guys that actually gets it, alright? You've heard me say this before. People like Ludwig Kaiser, people like Doudrop, you know what I'm saying, Piper Niven, There are people that actually get it in this business. So if anybody should be picking up dubs, it's people that get it. They get what pro wrestling is about. It's about being over the top. It's about having a character. It's about, it's all these different things that come into it, right? And so, on one hand, I'm not upset that Ludwig won. But what I am a little bit perturbed about, if for lack of a better term, what I am a bit perturbed about is the fact that what the fuck is Penta doing losing in a match to Ludwig Kaiser and Pete Dunne? Sure, he didn't get pinned, right? He didn't get pinned. But this is an L nonetheless on his record, alright? Not Pete Dunne, fucking Penta is supposed to be the next great luchador, alright? Whatever, right? In the WWE. If there's a torch to be carried, I guess it's supposed to be Penta that picks it up. Rey Mysterio is a former world champion. Rey Mysterio wouldn't be caught dead. Okay? Caught dead in a triple threat match with the likes of Ludwig Kaiser, okay, and Pete Dunne, two jobbers, alright? Let's be very fucking clear about this. Two motherfucking jobbers, alright, who haven't won a match in Lord knows how long, okay? Lord knows how long it's actually been since they won a match that was, something memorable, okay? Because, like I said, I can't remember the last time either of them won a match. But, whatever. Good on Ludwig for winning. We're going to get we're going to get Penta versus Ludwig most likely next week. So we'll see what happens with that. After this, we get a John Cena recap of the same shit that we've been seeing since the Royal Rumble, okay? Now, if there was ever a time, right? If there was ever a time where John Cena needed to be here, it absolutely should have been throughout this month, but it absolutely should have been during this episode of Raw, the go-home show of Raw. Oh, you forgot, right? Oh, you didn't know, right, that this Saturday we're going to have the Elimination Chamber, right? So if there was ever a time where John Cena should be here, it should be this motherfucking Raw. But he decides that he's not going to show up, okay? He's not going to be there on Saturday either. So we're going to get the same fucking recap of the same shit that we've been seeing over the last 4 weeks of him saying, it's best for business that I win. It's best for business that I get my 17th championship. It's best for business. You know what's best for business, John Cena? You showing up. You know what's best for business, John Cena? You not going out there and lying to the people. John Cena has lied to the people, okay? John Cena said last year, I'm trying to remember at what pay-per-view it was that he came back, right? But we put it down in the comments below so I can refresh on this, okay? John Cena came back, all right, and he said that he was going to be there full time for the whole year, okay? That's what he said, okay? That's what the fuck he said, all right? Now I get being a full timer these days is basically part time, all right? Like I get that being a full timer these days is basically doing 2 shows a month, cutting a promo here, maybe a little match there, alright, and then that's it. I get that. But John Cena hasn't been here at fucking all, alright? He came for the first night on Netflix, alright? Then he came for, what was it? The Royal Rumble, alright? And he has not been seen since, alright? And we're supposed to wait fucking 4 or 5 weeks until the Elimination Chamber until we see him again. This is egregious. This is, like, how could you lie to the people like that? Huh? This is one of the biggest problems with John Cena's era. Is the fact that or not John Cena's era, with Triple H's era, is the fact that the fans have to be lied to and gaslit just so that way they can get ratings and fucking cheap pops and everything in between, okay? John Cena doesn't even have the motherfucking ball sack, the nut sack, to come out here and actually tell the people the truth in his returning promo that he wasn't going to be here for real. He was just going to show up at whatever pay-per-view and try to get back that championship. Because if he did say that, nobody would have been excited for him to return. They would have called him all the names in the book, all right, that we should be calling him right now. All right, I understand this is a little side tangent rant, but this is fucking bullshit. All right, this literally. How much money are people paying for these fucking shows to go out there and see motherfucking Pete Dunn and Kaiser in the match? How much money are people paying for these fucking shows and people paying $22 a month for Netflix, okay? $27 a month if you don't want the ads like I do, right? Okay? $27 a month so that we could get a glimpse. Hope that we could see John Cena again and he shows up for one fucking show. Alright? Hasn't been seen since on television. Alright? Absolute garbage, nonsense, bullshit. Alright? So, quick little mini rant there. I had to say that because I'm so fucking tired of these motherfucking recaps of John Cena. Okay? I'm over it. I am over it. Okay? Yeah, I am over it. Yeah, I thought somebody was shooting over shit. Alright? But, whatever. We move the fuck on, okay? Rhea Ripley, she's in the audience, alright? She gets an interview, alright? Basically talking about how she hasn't beat Io Sky yet. Alright, it's been 5 years since they fought, and this next time that they fight, this is gonna be a different Rhea Ripley, alright? We've already seen this shit, basically, alright? Whatever. Io Sky comes out, interrupts, and basically says some shit in Japanese, then says that she's gonna beat her and she's gonna punch her ticket to WrestleMania. We move on. We move on. Okay? New Day versus LWO. Alright? I could not give a fuck about this match, so I did not really watch it. Okay? New Day wins, that's what you need to know. Alright? And then they attack LWO after the match. Okay? Dragon Lee comes out to try to give him some help, but he gets beat down for his troubles. Okay? So, Ludwig New Day looks good this week. Whatever. We move the fuck on. We get the same Judgment Day segment that we've been getting for the last 4 or 5 months since Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley left. Okay? Finn and Dom are going back and forth. Alright, Dom wants a new member. Alright, I don't know, like, let's just for a second here. Who the fuck should join the New Day? Like, let's be honest. And down in the comments, I want to see, okay, because they're obviously gonna do it, because they keep bringing it up, right? They keep on bringing it up. So I want to ask, who the fuck is gonna join the New Day? All right, who the fuck is going to inject some kind of life into the New Day? All right, the fact that they're not even using Carlito besides as a fucking jobber punching bag, and they want to add a new member, even though they just lost J.D. McDonough to a fucking head injury, and I think he had like a punctured lung or some shit like that. So there's a bunch of crazy shit going on, right? Who the fuck is gonna actually inject a little bit of life into this dead ass faction that should have died when Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley left? Okay, once they left, they should have went ahead and disbanded. They should have went off. There should have been JD and Finn. All right, Dom and Liv Morgan and Raquel. They could have their own little faction. All right, they should have just split like that. All right, Dom and Carlito and the girls. They should have had their own faction. All right, just do something else. We're gonna get some more shit with this. I'm over it, but whatever. Okay. One thing that we did get from this is that Liv Morgan said they weren't involved in the Jade Cargill business. So this is something that we pretty much already knew, but whatever. We move on. AJ and Logan Paul have a backstage segment. All right. Logan basically saying, yeah, you got embarrassed at the Royal Rumble. Whatever. AJ's like, I bet you won't do it again. Whatever. All right. This was a nothing segment, and we move on. Alright? Now, this segment, alright, I give this a solid B. A solid B, and I'm going to explain to you why, okay? Next up, we get Gunther coming out in ring gear. I was floored. I was like, Gunther? In ring gear? Not in this three-piece suit and high waters? Okay, let's see what's going to happen here, alright? Gunther basically says, right, that, He said some more shit about Jey, whatever, this, that, and the other. All right, we've already heard everything he has to say about Jey. But then he says, he went up to Adam Pearce, all right, and he said, how about you get the World Heavyweight champion in a match tonight with an opponent of my choosing? And Adam Pearce, you know what I'm saying, he couldn't deny, he couldn't turn that down, right? So he says, here's my hand-picked opponent of choice, right? And out walks Tozawa, okay, with the rest of the Alpha Academy, of course, right? But out walks Tozawa, okay? Now, remember what I was saying on, I believe it was this last Thursday, in my Elimination Chamber doesn't have any storylines, right? Where I was saying Tozawa can make anybody look good, all right? It's like they're watching my videos, y'all. But whatever, okay? So, Gunther says to Tozawa that he has a lot of respect for him, alright? Because at the beginning of the show, I said I wasn't going to really talk about this shit no more, but Gunther was walking out, because you know how they do the superstar walkouts every damn week, okay? Gunther was walking out, and he saw the Alpha Academy backstage doing some motherfucking TikTok dances, making a damn fool of themselves, like they always do, okay? They're just stealing money ever since Chad Gable left them. Alright, they need to be, like, either all of them need to be released, or they all need to go on a singles run, alright? Because whatever this is not fucking working, alright? Let me take a drink. Delicious. So, Gunther says he actually has a lot of respect for Tozawa because they have things in common, okay? They both uprooted their lives so that way they can, go and, make a life in the WWE. They both got into the best shapes of their life, so that way they can be the best versions of themselves in the WWE, right? And that's pretty much where that ends, right? But Gunther says, I want you to earn my respect in this match, right? And he starts pushing Tozawa around, alright? Bell rings, alright? Tozawa goes directly after Gunther, and the match starts, alright? Now, the only problem that I had with this match is that I felt it went a little too long. That's it. But the action in the match itself was actually really decent, okay? This was like a prime, back in the day, old school ring psychology, little man versus big man, right? Great match, alright? If there's any match that you're gonna go back and watch tonight, this is a match that I would say you have to watch, alright? But Tozawa is basically being very crafty, a small guy, alright? This match was only about 5 minutes, alright? You know, of Tozawa basically trying to get around Gunther, but every time that Gunther laid a finger on Tozawa, Tozawa was just out of there, right? Big chop. Tozawa hits the floor, you know what I'm saying? And the match ends with Gunther hitting a power bomb. He goes to attempt a pin, but then he hits him with the Boston Crab, alright? He makes it over to, Tozawa makes it over to the rope. Gunther hits a couple other moves, alright, then puts him in the sleeper hold, and the match ends because Tozawa does not tap out because Tozawa's a fucking G, alright? But he does pass out, alright? So after the match is over, Gunther continues to pretty much beat down Tozawa, right? And Otis comes in to defend him. Gunther jumps out of the ring. Gunther jumps back in the ring after Gunther goes to check on after Otis goes to check on Tozawa, right? And puts Otis in a sleeper hold. Alright? Then out comes Jey Uso. Alright? Jey Uso to the rescue. This is where the segment went downhill for me. Okay? Jey Uso comes out, and Gunther is running scared. So this is the second week in a row. Alright? This segment, standing alone, would have made Gunther look so good, so heelish, so awesome. Okay? But the babyface coming out, and Gunther is running scared, and Gunther is once again a cowardly heel. He's too fucking big to be a cowardly heel, but that's what Triple H is booking him as right now, okay? So that's where the segment went downhill for me. Otherwise, this was a great segment, okay? 100%, I gotta give whoever actually wrote this segment, I gotta give them their props. Okay, whoever idea this was, because on this channel, we give credit where credit is due. Alright? Well, like I said, it went downhill when Jey Uso came out and had Gunther running scared like a little bitch. Alright? We move on, baby. Okay? Next up, I mean, we had Michael Cole like Impulse, because he was on Impulsive this past weekend. Alright? But we don't care. We don't care. If you care about that shit, go actually watch the interview, alright? So, next up, we get Dakota Kai versus Lyra Valkyria in a bullshit, time-wasting 50-50, 15-minute match, alright? Lyra wins, okay? Because obviously, after match, they show respect to each other, and then the good part happens where Ivy now comes in, she beats up Dakota Kai. Well, she pushed Dakota Kai into, like, the barricade as she was walking up the ramp, right? So she pushed her into the barricade, then she beats Lyra down, hits her with this really nice move. I don't know what her move is called. I'm not going to lie to you, okay? I don't give a fuck about Ivy Nile like that. But one thing I will say about this is that Ivy Nile, okay, she got a bigger reaction than Dakota Kai and Lyra Valkyria got combined, okay? The audience was actually booing her, and they were actually doing the "you suck" chants to her music, alright? This is unacceptable. Alright? How is your babyface champ, not getting the same kind of reaction, at least a comparable reaction, when she comes out, as Ivy Nile gets, when absolutely nobody could possibly actually give a fuck about Ivy Nile, right? But whatever. We move on, alright? I mean, Sami Zayn and the KO, we get a recap of that. I'm actually going to take a bite of my motherfucking taco because I don't care. I'm going to show you how much I don't care about this. Hold on real quick. Let me. Mm, 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 mm. Quesabiria. I don't care about this segment, okay? Hold on. Delicious. Uh, mm, delicious. This turns into a sit-down interview between Sami Zayn and Jackie Redmond. But like I said, I don't care because he's basically saying the same shit that he's been saying these last couple of weeks, right? About how somehow, right, this time is different, right? This time is different, but it doesn't feel different, so I don't give a fuck, alright? Bayley has an interview that gets interrupted by Roxanne Perez, alright? Bayley basically tries to bury Roxanne, and she kind of does, alright? We move on. I couldn't care less about that, alright? Bianca and Naomi, they get a vignette, alright? We move on. Nobody cares about this shit, alright? Bron Breakker versus Dominik Mysterio is the match that we get next, okay? And this match, it just has me wondering, alright? It has me wondering, what is Bron Breakker? Is Bron Breakker a heel or a face, okay? There was a time where Bron Breakker kind of turned face, right? After the whole Jey Uso match, right? Because when he came into the WWE, he was a heel, okay? But he got so over, he actually had people cheering for him, right? Had the dogs barking for him. So I'm sure the WWE was like, alright, let's just make this guy a face, right? And he showed respect to, I think it was Jey Uso, after Jey Uso beat him for the IC championship. Yeah, I believe it was Jey Uso that he showed respect to, kind of turned face, and then the next week, after, I guess there was fan backlash or whatever, I don't know, but he came back and turned heel once again. So, what is he now? Because in this match, okay, if he is a heel, right, you got heel versus heel, alright? In the last match, we had face versus face, right, with the Dakota Kai and Lyra Valkyria, right? But whatever, okay? This match, we got heel versus heel, right? And the Judgment Day beat down Bron Breakker, okay? We don't gotta talk about the match because the match wasn't really nothing. Bron Breakker wins by DQ because the Judgment Day started to beat him down, right? So Bron Breakker's out there getting beat down by the Judgment Day. I put into a position where we have to feel sympathy for him, right? Because that's what this evokes. It evokes sympathy, right? I mean, then Braun Breaker comes back and, you know what I'm saying, he basically throws Dom over the ropes, spears Carlito, and he's looking Judgment Day, looking Finn Balor in the eyes in like this dog position. It was weird. It was very weird. All right. But what is Braun Breaker? Is he a heel or is he a face? I need somebody to explain. Don't say he's a tweener because I don't necessarily believe in tweeners. Okay, you're either a face or you're a heel. Okay, either the people like you or they don't. Okay, because if people are like mixed on you, that's not what you want. You don't want a mixed reaction when you come out. Okay, because that a mixed reaction is just one step above an apathetic reaction. Okay, so that's my little bit on that. The match really wasn't nothing. It lasted like 5 minutes before the DQ. So whatever. Next up, we get the Rock recap, right, where he was talking to Cody Rhodes, talking about I want to take that butt. All right, I want that butt. All right, whatever. New Day, they come out, they cut a promo. All right, saying how they can't wait to get out of Cincinnati, yet they're still here. Right, whatever. Ivy now, she starts to do an interview with, I believe, Kathy Kelly. And then the War Raiders come up from behind and attack the Creed brothers because they were there too. So they attack them. They get into a brawl backstage. We don't care. All right, we don't care. Next up, we get the WWE Champion showing his face on Raw. All right, that's always nice to see, even if he's in a suit. All right, I'll give credit where credit is due. Okay, he actually showed up to work. So Cody Rhodes, he starts cutting a promo about how, you know, his dad, you know, worked himself to the bone on the indies all the way into his 60s, trying to make sure that ends meet, right? Basically saying that, you know, basically giving reasons why it might make sense for him to take, you know, take this deal where he gives up that butt, right? Seth Rollins comes out, acting real judgmental or whatever, right? Basically saying like, what is the title just getting too heavy on your shoulders? Is the weight of the world getting too heavy on your shoulders? This, that, and the other, right? Cody then points out that Seth has went corporate before, right? Seth is the last motherfucker that should be talking to him, right? About any of this bullshit, all right? Whatever. And then Seth says that he doesn't want to face some corporate, soulless Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania when he wins the Elimination Chamber, right? He wants to face the Cody Rhodes that beat him multiple times, beat the dog shit out of him, which only reminds the people like, oh yeah, they did fight 3 times already. So why the fuck should we see this match again? Right? They did fight 3 times already, right? They did. Cody beat your ass with one arm tied behind his back. Like, what are we doing here, right? So, whatever. The only thing I have to say about this promo, because it was really a nothing promo, alright? We got nothing out of this. Alright, we did see why Cody Rhodes might have some kind of, you know, reasons, right? Reasoning behind that would make some sort of sense as to why, you know, he might, you know, give up that butt. But I think Seth Rollins was the wrong guy to come out here cutting this promo. Because like Cody said, Seth Rollins has gone corporate before. He sold his soul many times to the corporation, right? In kayfabe, right? So, you know who would really have shined in this promo segment? You know who really would have shined in this promo segment that has not shown up to work? John Cena. John Cena would have been perfect in this promo segment. Okay? John Cena, the ultimate babyface. The guy who they say, okay, they try to compare Cody Rhodes to. Cody Rhodes is taking the John Cena schedule, right? They try to compare Cody Rhodes to John Cena, but John Cena is the true, through and through, baby face, okay? 20 years on top of the company as a baby face, okay? If anybody should have had something to say to Cody Rhodes about this whole Rock situation, especially somebody who does have prior beef with the Rock, it should have been John Cena. Okay? So this was a missed opportunity here. And this is what I'm saying about John Cena not showing up to fucking work. Alright? Lying to the people about being there. Because Seth Rollins does not look good in this promo. Seth Rollins just looks like a hypocrite. Alright? At least have somebody out there in a John Cena who has never turned his back on the fans. Alright? Sure, he started off heel, right? But once he turned babyface, that was it. That was it, and it was over with. There was no going back and forth. There was no turning his back on the fans or none of that shit. He was the babyface. So, and John Cena could cut 1,000 times better promo than Seth Rollins. Because Seth Rollins has no charisma. He has nothing, like, what does Seth Rollins have besides his theme song and his weird-ass outfits? Nothing. There's nothing to him. He's decent enough in the ring, I guess, but come on now. This would have been perfect for John Cena. I'm highly upset that John Cena didn't come for this specific segment because I would have loved to see what John Cena would have come up with. Okay? But whatever. Okay? That's the end of that segment. Alright? And last thing on the list for the evening. Okay? Oh yeah, before we get to the main event, alright? Jey Uso is backstage. He gives the Alpha Academy, their respect. Says Tozawa showed some real heart tonight and that he respects them. Got a whole lot of respect going on, whatever, right? After he leaves the trainer's office, he goes out into the hallway and runs into Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. Okay, Grayson Waller is basically saying everything that Jackie Redmond was saying last week on SmackDown, saying everything that we already know. All right, that all the people are doubting him. All the people they know Gunther's gonna go over, whatever, right? And then Jey Uso cuts the same fucking promo. Okay, the same fucking promo that he cut. It was either last week or 2 weeks ago on SmackDown, where Kathy Kelly asked him, because all the people are doubting you. What do you think? Whatever, right? He says, y'all doubting me, oos. Everyone in the locker room is doubting me, oos. And it feels like damn near half the world is doubting me, oos. Alright? But I'm gonna beat Gunther at WrestleMania. And I'm gonna become World Heavyweight Champion. 4 letters. 1 word. Yeet. And he leaves. Jey Uso sucks, nigga. Jey Uso sucks, nigga. Oh my goodness. Like, are we serious here? Are we dead ass here? Is that all that Jey Uso has? Yes, it is. Alright, but I'm asking, is that all that Jey Uso has? The same fucking promo, week after week after week after week, nothing new? He didn't have nothing to say to Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. He didn't want to call them no bitches or nothing. He didn't want to, nothing new, nothing added, nothing. Jey Uso sucks, nigga. We move on, okay? Liv cuts the promo about how if they win this, alright, they'll be the greatest tag team of all time, okay? Because guess what the fucking main event is, okay? The main event is Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Bianca Belair and Naomi. Now, I would have turned this match off normally because this is not a main event. Okay? This is middle of the card match at best. Alright? But I was like, okay, hold on. They're putting this match at the end of the show. Okay? Maybe, just maybe, Jade Cargill is going to come back. Maybe. Because all throughout the match, right, all throughout the match, Michael Cole and Pat McAfee were putting over this whole idea of, Liv and Raquel, beating up, Jade, and how Bianca and Naomi believe that it's Liv and Raquel that did, right? The whole match, they were putting it over. Just for the match to end. in the same way that all Judgment Day matches pretty much end, especially matches with Liv Morgan, where Dom comes out, causes some distractions, the referee doesn't do shit, alright, whatever, there's a whole bunch of shenanigans going on, and then they go over clean with Liv Morgan pinning Naomi, and the show cuts to black. This is gaslighting at its finest, okay? So not only was this match ass, because it had like 32 near falls, everyone's breaking up the pin, like, it was just too much, okay? It was way too long and it was too fucking much, right? Not only that, we get gaslit throughout the night with them continuously bringing up the Jade Cargill situation, just so they can get us try to get us hooked for this last match, right? Where nothing happens. Liv and Raquel, they won the championships. That's nice. That's a bit unexpected, I guess. But I don't feel anything. I don't think anybody feels anything. Who gives a fuck? The people were waiting to see Jade Cargill. We want to know what the fuck happened. Is Jade Cargill going to come back at the Elimination Chamber? Because by that point, it's already too late. These bitches done already lost the titles. But I'm going to keep my mind open because I want to see. I'm going to wait until the Elimination Chamber, because if Jade Cargill doesn't come back at the Elimination Chamber, she might as well just go ahead and break that contract. She might as well just go ahead and just write that shit out, leave, whatever. Head back to AEW, go to TNA, go to MLW, go to NWA, go somewhere the fuck else. Go to AEW, like go somewhere the fuck else, because this is not going to cut it. It's not going to cut it. Jade Cargill is the most unique specimen on the roster, and she's not being used. And I'm over it. I'm over her being contracted and not actually being utilized. So this show of the night was a big nothing burger, okay? If the goal was to get the people excited for WrestleMania, for Elimination Chamber, they failed, okay? This was the go-home show. This is Raw's go-home show. And we got nothing. Nothing of consequence. Nothing to move a story along. We got a title change, cool, but it's a title change that we could not give a fuck about. So, whatever. I give this show a fat 2 out of 10, because nothing really happened, right? The Gunther segment was cool, right? But besides that, it was just a bunch of nonsense, a bunch of filler, okay? This is where we're at in Triple H's creative booking, this is where we're at in this era, where Triple H doesn't have any more ideas. So until he comes up with some shit, we're going to be having filler matches, we're going to be having filler promos, time-wasting, 50-50 booked bullshit matches, alright? And that's about it. So, let me know what y'all thought about this show in the comments, alright? I apologize for being away all weekend. I had to wash the stench of Friday Night SmackDown off of me, okay? I had to just wash it off. I had to take a little sabbatical, alright? I had to get my hair cut. There's a whole lot of shit I had to do. Because this last Saturday put me in one of those moods, alright? But, like I said, let me know what y'all thought about tonight's show in the comments, alright? Let me know what video ideas y'all have for me throughout the week, okay? I will be back throughout the week, okay? I promise you, I will be back. So let me know. Leave a like and a subscribe if you want to hear some more. This has been your boy, Nate the Great, back with another video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.